So good morning, students. Today we'll be uh, discussing 5 essays, and after the essay class, a short break, and then the reading passage from volume 3. Reading 3, we'll be doing passage 2. So let us go ahead with the essays today. Um, those who are new, those who have joined my class new, for them, I would like to say that there are, links to the handling of essays classes, which I have taken early on in this year. And they should attend those classes first, and then they will enjoy these classes even better because while we are doing these essays, our main focus is on ideas for the essays and how to, place those ideas. But how to handle the essay is also touched, but that has been touched very deeply in a few classes early on. So I can share the links if you want. Now let us look at this essay. In many countries, children are getting fatter and less fit day by day. Why is it so? Why is it so? And suggest solutions. Okay. So who will read this? Any one of you? Harpreet?
Yes.
Okay.
It is irrefutable that childhood obesity is burgeoning problem these days in many parts of the world.
Okay, Harpreet, I'll go. I think you have a sore throat. I'll read it.
Yes, yes.
It's okay. It is irrefutable that childhood obesity is a burgeoning problem these days in many parts of the world. Burgeoning means something which is growing very rapidly, a problem which is growing very rapidly. So it is irrefutable. Irrefutable means it is true. It is true that childhood obesity is a burgeoning problem these days in many parts of the world. In this essay, I intend to discuss the causes of this problem and suggest some ways to ameliorate the situation. Now, two-sentence intro is what we have been preaching from the past 3-4 years, and this has helped many students to make the intro very quickly and also achieve at the same time a 7+ band score, because that is all that is needed, a flawless intro and conclusion, and 2-3 proofreadings to get a good score in the IELTS. And 2-3 proofreadings are only possible if you can write the whole essay in 30 minutes. And that is only possible if you write a very simple and short and sweet introduction, which is to the point, and don't waste time on making a flamboyant introduction, which ultimately will also have some grammatical errors. So it's better to make a 2-sentence intro. First sentence, paraphrase the topic, and second sentence, tell the examiner what you have to tell him in this essay. That is it. That these are the 2 sentences needed in the introduction. The most important reason for this unfortunate situation is an unhealthy diet. So the most important reason is the diet of the children is unhealthy. Okay. Children are attracted towards fast food, which is rich in sugar and fat. Um, they are ignorant of what constitutes a healthy diet. They don't know what constitutes a healthy diet. Parents nowadays are busy with their work and are not present to guide their children. To add to it, children are bombarded with advertisements from fast food companies. So this is the most important reason, that is children's diet is not good, okay, unhealthy. And this is the one point on which I have made the whole paragraph, okay. Now, another important factor is that children are much less active than they used to be. So first is unhealthy diet, and second is children have a sedentary lifestyle. They are much less active than they used to be. In the past, young people took part in activities that burned a lot of energy. However, today they spend a lot of their time indoors, sitting in front of a TV or playing video games. This sedentary lifestyle is playing havoc with the health of young people. So basically, there are 2 reasons, and both reasons I've given in separate paragraphs. You can also give both reasons in one paragraph and the solutions in one paragraph and make it a 4-para essay. Okay, that is also perfectly fine. So another important factor is that children are much less active than they used to be. In the past, young people took part in activities that burned a lot of energy. However, today they spend a lot of time lot of their time indoors, sitting in front of a TV or playing video games. This sedentary lifestyle is playing havoc with the health of young people. There are a number of steps that need to be taken to mitigate this problem. The first is to educate children about nutrition. Health education should be incorporated in school curricula. Schools should organize compulsory lessons to explain the main elements of a healthy diet and teach pupils how to prepare healthy meals. Parents should also cook healthy, delicious meals at home so that children are deterred from eating fast food. Furthermore, government should have some restrictions on the type of adverts shown in children's programs. Finally, children should be encouraged to take part in sports, and schools have a great role to play in this. So basically, you have to put the solutions based on the points you put in the reasons. Okay. So that is health education should be there, educate children about nutrition. Secondly, compulsory lessons to explain the main elements of a healthy diet and teach people how to prepare healthy meals. Parents should also cook healthy food. Government should have some restrictions on the types of adverts, food adverts shown, okay, in children's programs. Finally, children should be encouraged to take part in sports, and schools have a great role to play in this. To conclude, childhood obesity is a serious problem and it should be tackled on a war footing. Otherwise, the young people of today will have a very unhealthy middle and old age. So that is basically the essay. I hope it is clear to you. Any questions? Anybody has any doubts? Shweta, I can see it is your first day. Do you have any doubts regarding the handling of the essay? You can ask, and I'll be sharing the links of the classes of essay handling that I have taken early on in the year. Okay, they are very, very useful.
Okay, ma'am, no doubt.
Okay, good. All right. Um, all right. Next essay is people say that a child's success is dependent on the way parents bring them up. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So you can, in any agree disagree essay, you can do two things. Either you can strongly agree or disagree. That is one thing that you can do, strongly agree or strongly disagree. And the second thing that you can do is agree or disagree with a concession. Okay. Concession means that you are saying the other thing, the given question has some point, but you are on the other side. You disagree or something like that. So this is a concession. Now, in this essay, I've agreed strongly. I have said that um, the parents have the major role. Okay, the way parents bring children up has a major role in the child's success. You can write that friends have the major role or something, but here again, I've written that parents have the major role, and I've the other factors which have a role. I've talked about it, saying that parents, it is the parents who can, basically um, keep an eye on the friend circle of the child, and so friends role will also become less if parents keep an eye and tell their children that that friend is good or this friend is not good, so that they can guide their children on how to uh, you know uh, on how to have good friends around. And then even the media, the television or things like that, parents have a role in that. They can always uh, block those channels which they don't want their children to see, or sit and watch TV with their children so that they know what their children are watching and things like that. So this is about the agree, disagree essay handling in brief, but I would still suggest, I've shared the links of the classes I've taken early on, because each type of essay handling has been dealt with in almost 1 hour. And so once you watch those 7 classes, you'll be quite your mind will be quite clear as to how to go about the essays. All right. Success in a person's life does not come overnight. One cannot buy success from a store. It is something that requires the continuous investment of time and effort by the parents. Therefore, I agree with the given statement that nurturing by parents contributes a great deal to a child's success. So that is exactly what has been written in the topic, that a child's success depends upon the way parents bring them up. So this is, what I have written from that. I have agreed that parents contribute a great deal to a child's success. Okay. There are many reasons why I believe that in the upbringing of a child, the most important part is played by parents. Firstly, good parenting consists of balanced development of child's physical, emotional, and intellectual qualities. Parents provide shelter, food, and clothes, and also promote the healthy growth of their children. Parents provide a safe, loving environment and have a mental bonding with their children. All these things do play a part in the child's success in his um, in his later life. So this is basically uh, the point, that why parents have the most important part. This is the first para I've made on that, and I've given that parents have the major role. They provide everything to their children, and they provide a safe, loving environment, have a mental bonding, and all these things provide have a role in the child's success in future. Secondly, even though there are other factors such as good schooling, good teachers, peers, and media, which have a role in the success of a child, ultimately it is the parents who select the school for their children. Good schools have good infrastructure and good faculty. They also have regular parent-teacher meetings. These interactions between parents and the pedagogues. Pedagogues is pedagog Gogs are helpful in understanding the aptitude of the child and guiding him towards the right career path. Pedagogue is a teacher. Okay, so you can just write parents and teachers. You need not write the word pedagogues if you find it difficult, and if you find it difficult to remember, just write teachers. Okay. Then finally, the friend circle of a child also matters in his success. And here too, there is the role of the parents. Good parenting involves keeping an eye on the child's peers. If parents are themselves friendly with the child, then their children will introduce them to their friends also. This is very important in the most impressionable adolescent years of a child's life. Finally, there is the role of media. Here too, here too, parents can intervene and monitor what their children are watching. To sum up, parenting is not an easy task. Parenting is the most important uh, role one fact role one faces in a lifetime. Parents who provide an encouraging environment for their children are rewarded when, as adults, their children become successful in life. So basically, it is the role of parents which is on the top, okay, in providing us, in the success of the child. Okay. So child success is dependent on the way parents bring them up. To what extent do you agree or disagree? And I have agreed strongly with this. Okay. Now, this essay is essay number 138 in the book, and this is a slightly difficult essay. If you do not go through it, it will confuse you for a few minutes at least in the exam, how to plan it and how to write it. And believe me, this essay has been seen many times to the general students. So please do this essay well. And for the academic students, this essay has not been seen in their past, but then such questions are there in the follow-up questions of speaking, and they are very, very helpful, very, very helpful um, you know, in answering those questions. So basically, when we are doing writing, we are also doing speaking. We are killing two birds with one stone. Writing and speaking go hand in hand. Okay. The legal age. So in some countries, the age of 18 means adults, while in others it is older. What is your opinion? And talk about the responsibility of an adult. The legal age of adulthood ranges internationally from 15 to 21, with 18 being the most common. So basically, legal age of adulthood is, ranges. In some countries it is 15, in some it is 16, in some it is 18, and in some it is 21. 18 is the most common age. In this essay, I will discuss, okay? In this essay, I will discuss what the ideal age of adulthood should be and also discuss the responsibilities that adulthood entails. Okay, so in this essay, I'll discuss what the ideal age of adulthood should be and also discuss the responsibilities that adulthood entails. Entails means adulthood, should have. I believe that it is important to set an age for recognizing a person as an adult, mainly to protect a minor against his inexperience. So basically, if we set an age of it for adulthood, and if there's some crime or something bad committed by the done by the child below that age, then the punishment and everything is different. So the child's childhood is protected, and um, it's in a way, because then they cannot be treated like adults and given the same punishment, because the whole future life of that person depends on the punishment he gets, and that is a separate essay altogether. We'll not go into the depth of that point. The point here is that adulthood age has to be defined. The age of adulthood has to be defined to mainly to protect the child against inexperience. Okay. However, it is very difficult to do so because adulthood is a very subjective term. A person may be biologically an adult, but may be considered a child if he is below that legal age when he can be called an adult. So a person may grow prematurely, and maybe at 15 he's talking things what an 21-year-old must talk. So basically, that person is biologically, the person is biologically a child, but he is considered old enough to be called an adult. But um, but a person may be older and may not behave like an adult and may behave like a child. So the biological age is of adulthood, but the chronological age is of adulthood, but the biological age is yet less, like that, or more. So this is basically the reason, because adulthood is a very subjective term. That is why this essay topic is very difficult to write. And that is why I'm advising you that if you get this essay, just go through the points and the way to handle. Otherwise, this essay will be confusing for you if you don't read and see how to handle it first time. So I believe that it is important to set an age for recognizing a person to be an adult, mainly to protect a minor against his inexperience. However, it is very difficult to do so because adulthood is a very subjective term. A person may be biologically an adult, but may be considered a child if he is below that legal age when he can be called an adult. Conversely, he may be much older but behave childishly. In my opinion, the legal age of adulthood should be 18. I believe that by the age of 18, a child is mature enough to know what is right or wrong. He should be given some freedom and should be held responsible for his actions. As far as the responsibilities of an adult are concerned, you can see in the topic they have asked a direct question: what are the responsibilities of an adult? So as far as the responsibilities of an adult are concerned, adulthood has to be looked at from a social context. So if it is a combination of age and social milestones, um, adults are expected to be responsible and accountable for their actions. For example, if they get a driving license, it is expected that they drive responsibly, abide by all the traffic laws, and be held accountable if they do not do so. Furthermore, an adult is expected to get a job, earn an income, and use it to pay his needs and wants. Adults are answerable to for their life obligations, whether that is in marriage, at work, or in the community, being a worthwhile citizen. Getting married and having children are individual responsibilities that are expected of adults as being part of the society they live in. To sum up, the age of 18 is ideal to be called an adult, and there are many responsibilities that are expected of adults. So this is my essay on adulthood. What should be the right age for declaring the person as adult, and They've also asked what qualities an adult should have. So this essay is answering both these questions. In the intro and conclusion, you have to write just the similar things in slightly different words. So basically, this is the essay. I hope it is clear now. Any doubts? All right.
Ma'am,
Yes.
first paragraph will start with I played dead.
बेसिकली बेटे ये है ना कि ये ऐसे थोड़ा वेग है, मैंने तभी आपको बोला है कि इसको देख लो कैसे हैंडल करना है। बेसिकली उन्होंने ओपिनियन मांगा है कि ये एडल्टहुड जो है कुछ उसकी एज कुछ बड़ा वेग सा टॉपिक है। तो बेसिकली मैंने इसको इस वे में कह रहा है कि एक एज इम्पोर्टेंट है सेट करनी, तभी तो एडल्टहुड की एज है डिफरेंट कंट्रीज में। अब यूएस में 16 पे ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस मिल जाता है, इंडिया में 18 पे मिलता है। सो एडल्टहुड की एज जो एक सब्जेक्टिव टर्म है, कब बंदा मेच्योर होता है कि वो अपनी गाड़ी चला सके, अपना बैंक अकाउंट रख सके, या ऐसी बातें। सो इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट टू सी व्हाट हैज टू बी पुट इन द फर्स्ट पैरा, और फिर एडल्टहुड की एज की डिफाइन करने के मैंने रीजंस दे दिए, और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज ऑफ एडल्ट के मैंने 2 पैरे बना दिए, विच इज अ डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन। ठीक है। Now look at this essay. Some people opine that children should do what their parents tell them to do. Other people think that children should learn how to think for themselves. Discuss both views and give your opinion. So basically, it is that one set of people is saying that children should do what their parents and teachers tell them to do. Parents tell them to do. Meekly obey. Don't not to say anything. Questioning why they are saying, why parents are saying that thing. Okay. So this is basically the question, that children should do what their parents tell them to do, and other people think that children should learn how to think for themselves. So you have to discuss both views and give your opinion. Some individuals are of the opinion that parents should decide everything for their children, while others opine that children should be made independent and should take their own decisions. Now, this is a discuss essay. 2 opinions are given. You have to paraphrase both the opinions. Then you have to write that in this essay, I want to discuss both viewpoints and then also give the opinion. Okay. So I've written, this essay intends to analyze both perspectives. I am of the opinion that children should be allowed to think freely and take decisions, but parents should have a friendly discussion with them about the pros and cons of their decisions. So basically, my view is that children should be allowed their freedom and to decide what they want to do, but parents should have, should be the guiding light for them. They should treat their children like friends, and they should also tell them whatever children decide. They should tell them whether it is a correct decision or the wrong decision. The main reason why some people say that parents should tell their children what to do is because children are immature and do not know right from wrong. Children do not have the awareness, experience, knowledge, and wisdom that their parents do. So children should do as their parents say. Moreover, it cannot be denied that parents only want the best for their children and will never misguide their children. Following what their parents say also makes the children more disciplined and respectful of others. So basically, this is the reason why some people say that children should do what their parents want them to do. So this paragraph I've dedicated to the views of those people who say that children should do what their parents want them to do. On the other hand, those who say that children should take their own decisions give their reasons as follows. Firstly, they become more mature and independent soon. If children take their own decisions, they become more mature and independent soon. Okay, that is one reason why those people say that they should take their own decisions. First, they become more, this can be done by making the children decide their own activities, choose the sports they like, and pursue their interests and not restrict them with rules. Furthermore, such freedom leads to creativity and originality in children and they grow up to be successful in their careers. In my opinion, children should not be restricted and should be encouraged to do what um, encouraged to be creative and free thinkers. However, parents need to play the role of guides and coaches. They need to ensure that while the children are making their own decisions, they are shown a path and a direction. And at the same time, they should make children feel that they are in charge and will have the final say. This motivates children to take any step independently and without any restrictions. To conclude, it can be said that it is important to give liberty to children to make choices and decisions, but the parents need to show them the right direction by having healthy discussions with them. So basically, this is the whole essay on discuss essay, and it's a very typical handling of the discuss essay: two opinions, and then telling the parents two opinions, and then telling the examiner that you will be discussing the two opinions, and then also giving your opinion in the introduction as well as conclusion. The discuss essay can be handled in 4 paragraphs or in 5 paragraphs. There is no difference in the marking. A 4 para essay will get as many band score as a 5 para essay can do. Okay, so this is basically my essay for how to for the discuss essay. Okay, now let us see the last essay we have to discuss today. And this essay is: nowadays, fewer people tend to look after their old relatives and send them to the old age homes. What is the situation in your country? In your opinion, who should be responsible to look after the elderly? So this is a direct question essay. Okay. They are giving you a statement, and then they are asking you the situation in your country, and then they've asked you that who should be responsible for looking after the elderly, whether it should be the children or the old age homes. Basically, that is the essay. It is a bitter truth of today that children are sending their elderly parents to live separately in old age homes. In my country, India, the old age homes are still in their infancy. Although living with their children would seem ideal, I have strong arguments to suggest that the elderly should live separately in old age homes. So this is basically my view, that old age homes are better for elderly than living with their children. And then I have, paraphrased the question statement, the first statement, which is a fact, that that fewer people tend to look after their old relatives and send them to old age homes. And they have asked the situation in your country. And then I have talked about that, the answer to this question, right in the introduction itself. Okay. My first argument is that the lives of elderly would improve considerably in old age homes. Okay. It has been seen that most elderly are leading miserable lives with their children. They are leading isolated lives amidst their family members. Old age homes are a boon for those elderly who face social isolation in their own homes, where their so-called loved ones neglect them badly and have no time for them. So basically, this is the essay, the first argument, that lives of elderly would improve considerably in old age homes. Because I've gone in favor of old age homes, so I'll be writing on how old age homes are better than the own younger family members to look after the elderly. And the first paragraph, I've given the point that 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 old people are leading isolated and miserable lives because they are in the family. In that family, their children are there, and then their grandchildren are also there, but they hardly sit with them or talk to them. They are busy in their own worlds. and so old people are neglected, they are left alone, they are not given proper time. And so it is better that old age homes they stay, okay, and have their own age mates over there. And secondly, living separately will give them a feeling of independence. They will also command more respect in the eyes of their children. It is irrefutable that relationships become strong and meaningful when people are not under the same roof. Hence, if aged people are away from their children physically, both will be closer to each other emotionally. In some homes, the elderly also get a chance to do some social service activities, which in turn help society. Finally, the mushrooming growth of old age homes is ample evidence that they are a boon for the society. They give the opportunity to the elderly to be in the company of people of similar age and experience. Furthermore, the culture of the old age homes tends to refine some attitudes of the aged, such as short temper and negative thinking. They also remain healthy with timely day to day activities. To conclude, the elderly should live with people of their own age group in old age homes where they enjoy the retired period of their life nicely, comfortably, and productively. So basically, in three paragraphs, I've given 3 points in favor of old age homes. In the first paragraph, that that old people, they are leading miserable lives when they are living with their children and grandchildren, because the other family members do not even have time to sit with them for 5 minutes in the whole day. And second para, they get a feeling of independence, they command more respect, and then there is a generation gap. So if they are away, there will be less conflicts and the love between them will grow. Okay. And in old age homes, they also get a chance to, do some social activities, social service activities, which in turn help society. And then finally, I've said that, you can see there's a mushrooming growth of old age homes. They are opening very in great numbers. That means that they are better. They are better. That means they are better, and the old people in these homes have the company of their age mates. Okay. And they also remain healthy time to time. There are time to time daily activities. There are proper health checkups in such homes. So that is better. Finally, the mushrooming growth. So even their thinking changes. To conclude, the elderly should live with people of their own age group in old age homes where they enjoy the retired period of their life nicely, comfortably, and productively. So you can see that in this essay, what is the situation in your country? I did not give a separate para because in the introduction I mentioned that my country is the same. No, in my country, old age homes are just in their infancy, means they have just started to grow. And in developed countries, old age homes are very common. So that is what I've answered that question completely in the introduction. And then I've just given the importance of the old age homes in the rest of the paragraphs. So these were the 5 essays we had to discuss today. I hope you've understood them. Get back at sharp 7 a.m. for the reading class. Okay.
Ma'am, I have a doubt. Can I?
Yes.
In discuss essay, like we have to discuss both the views, and should we have to give our opinion? Matlab, our opinion should be something different, or should stick to anyone.
Yes. So, Sonalika, your opinion can go with the first side, can go entirely with the second view. Okay. That can also, your opinion may be different. So, your opinion is what your opinion is. It can be the same. It can be midway between the two. It can be different. Okay. So,
Oh,
you can make a 4 para essay or a 5 para essay. That is why I'm saying, attend all those classes. In all those classes, like discuss essay class, handling class, I've done the discuss essays for 1 hour. I've taught about the handling of those essays, and all these questions have been answered in those classes. That is why I suggest the students and I urge them to go through those classes, because then you will know there are many other questions that will arise in your mind while you are sitting down to write a discuss essay. If you attend that class, most of that questions I think will be answered. Okay.
okay.
So those are very important classes. I saved those links because I was I thought because last year and last to last year, those handlings had to be repeated several times during the year. And so I just now share the links of those classes. I've dealt with the handling very deeply in of each type of essay in each class. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, I saw some of them.
Yes.
I will see entirely.
Yes. All right, then see you at 7 a.m. now. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.